Alright, it's Low Receiver Thursday. We got a low refrigerant on the low temperature rack at this store, and we don't want to lose all that because then product goes warm, and then it costs a lot of money. And refrigerant's expensive anyway, so we're going to get in there, check the rack with the leak detector. If we don't find anything, we're going to check the cases. Typically it's not the cases though, but in the rare situation that it is, you know, it's kind of a bigger pain. If it's in the rack, it's already like ready to be serviced. If it's in a case, you gotta pull the product, you gotta find it, you gotta maybe get some torches in there during the business day, and just kind of be quick about it. So, you know, someone's not, you know, grandpa's not shopping and I'm fucking whipping out a fucking flamethrower. So yeah, I'll start up another video when I get to the store and we'll start leak checking.
All right, we got the old D-Tech Stratus fired up. These things run about $1,000, but it can detect an ant fart across the store. I mean, that's how good this thing is. I freaking love it. So we're gonna get up in the rack house. Oh yeah. Good morning, my babies. All right, this is the rack we're gonna be leak checking, but I gotta get these fans off, these exhaust fans. I gotta turn off this thermostat here. There we go, things up to 100 degrees. And now, that way we got better, we keep all the refrigerant in here so we can detect it. Keep it all in the rack. So I go through, start leak checking everything. Get low sometimes, see if you get a hit right off the bat, because refrigerant is heavier than air, so it's gonna sink. Getting nothing. Really, you want to check every single connection, especially your discharge, especially liquid injection, anything that's kind of high volume. It could be on the suction too, but usually it's not. But you got to be thorough. You got to check every little piece. So I was checking this deli island, and then you come over here. Boom. So that's our leak right there, 100%. That's a pretty good one if that's what I'm getting just off the return. All right, and that's our culprit right there. There's no cap on the bottom of the TXV, the thermostatic expansion valve, and you can see the yellow snow right there. Refrigerant oil looks yellow, so it's pretty nice. Trace it, I'll put a leak detector on it. You can see it just maxes that bad boy out. So this should be a really easy fix. I just gotta get a cap on the bottom of that. So found a cap off a new valve. We're gonna wrench that off and get that on there. Someone didn't replace that on that valve, and then, you know, over time the seal's just kind of weakened, and now it's just spraying out liquid refrigerant. So we're gonna wrench this off and then get that on there and nylog the threads to stop it from leaking. Shouldn't have to replace that valve. The cap will just stop it from leaking. All right, so we got our new cap. I got a little deli cup full of water just to get that ice off of there. Beautiful. I already put some nylon in the cap. Threads on there nicely, and then we'll tighten it up. And now you can see no more leaky. No leaky. So that solved that. That is that's 2 days in a row we got super easy issues to fix. And whoever didn't put a cap back on, you're a jackass. Must have been the guy that had this door before me, but that was just, it'll work for a little while until the seals go bad. But
all right, well, that went pretty well, finding the leak. We checked the rack, didn't find a dang thing on there. We walked through the store. I leak check every case that started with an A on the circuit tag. Didn't get too many hits. Didn't really get any hits. I think the ones I did get were like a false positive. But then I checked that one deli island, and boom, the second I put my leak detector on the return grill, I mean, I had 100 ppm right there. And then, yeah, sure enough, it was leaking right off the bottom of the expansion valve. And super easy fix. Got the cap on there, hold it nice and tight. Eventually, it'll probably need a new valve, but today's not that day. We don't want to fix things that don't necessarily need fixing, so if that thing ever gets worse, we'll be going in probably early morning or at night to replace that, so the store's not too busy.
All right, well, we got our leak fixed, and don't mind that piece of wood. I gotta move that. But we got our leak fixed. We're gonna put some more refrigerant in. Our receiver level right now, we're looking at just over 20%. I like it to be between 30 and 40. So we already purged our hoses and stuff. Gonna open this up. This is our liquid refrigerant. We're gonna let her rip.
All right, so we got our leak repaired. Really easy again. The hardest part is always finding it. If it's in the rack, it's fairly easy to find because it's a small space and there's only so many things it can be. But if it is in the store like it was in this case, because I leak checked the rack like 2-3 times, I went over it and I got no hits, nothing. So I went through the store, went through every frozen food case. I just stick my leak detector in the door and see if I get any hits. And I go every other door pretty much. And then I checked this Deli Island last. It was the last thing. I had no other cases to check. And sure enough, that was it. There's thousands of feet of piping from the rack to the cases, all combined. So it can be pretty hard to find a leak that's in the store. It could also be on top of a walk-in cooler or walk-in freezer. Those are kind of a pain because you got to get up there. And it could be in the line set, it could be on a ball valve, it could be on so many different things. But we got off lucky today. Leak repaired. We only put 50 pounds back in the rack. We didn't lose that much. But yeah, all in all, good day, good find. Can't complain. I'll see you guys next time.